Hi everyone, I'm Bidyutlata Sahoo, Assistant Professor in the Department of CSE, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Uh, Today is my 11th lecture video. Already I have given so many videos on the subject of applied artificial intelligence. Today I'm going to discuss about introduction to knowledge representation. These are the topics today I'm going to discuss regarding the knowledge, intelligence and reasoning, as well as knowledge representation system properties. This is the topic learning outcome for this introduction to knowledge representation. So after completion of this topic, students can understand, they can discuss the importance of knowledge representation in artificial intelligence to solve real world problems. On the screen, I hope it is visible. One system is there, another one is the robot. And here, the system is nothing but, if nothing is there inside the system, we can say it is an empty box. But as per artificial intelligence concept, we have to make the machine intelligent so that it can work like a human being. That is what already I have discussed in my previous videos. What is artificial intelligence? The incorporation of the knowledge of human being inside the system or inside the machine so that machine can behave like a human being. So that is why if nothing is there, as we already know that if we consider the operating system, if operating system is not there, any device will not work. It will be like an empty box. Same thing here. If the machine does not have any knowledge, does not have any intelligence, or does not have the capability of reasoning, then it cannot perform like a human being. But as per the artificial intelligence concept, this is very much needed. So to make the machine intelligent, we have to give the knowledge to the machine or computers. We have to provide, we have to incorporate. That is what we are going to discuss today. Then why human are intelligent? We already know that human beings are born intelligent because they have the knowledge, and how they acquire the knowledge through some facts, through skills, what they acquire, or the information what they perceive from the environment, or the data what they collect from others with them, and even through the experience also they they increase their knowledge. So knowledge that depends upon, or that is nothing but the facts, skills, what they acquire, information and data, as well as gathered through the experience. Then what is intelligence? The ability to use the gathered knowledge is called as intelligence. We have knowledge, but we do not know how to apply that knowledge. Then in that case, intelligence comes into the picture. So intelligence is nothing but the use. This is the ability to use the gathered knowledge. Now, next term is, what is reasoning? Reasoning is nothing but the processing of knowledge to get the valid conclusion. Now, you can see the picture on the screen. Suppose somebody will ask you, here you are the agent, you are the knowledge-based agent, or we can say you are the intelligent agent, and somebody will ask you, can you jump into the dig? Because you are standing on the roof, or you are standing at a very high height. So will you jump? So after listening from your friend, what you will do, because from the childhood you might have heard from your parents or from your elders or from your teachers, if we fall down somewhere, then we may get hurt. So that is why, based upon the experience, you might have heard it somewhere like at the childhood. So you may recall that point of time. So that is what, if you jump, so whatever the knowledge you have acquired from your childhood, that knowledge will give you to decide whether to jump into the dig or not. So that decision, how you can take the decision from your existing knowledge, from your gathered knowledge which you have already. So that is why their reasoning comes into the picture. So that is called as processing of knowledge to get valid conclusion. Now you are intelligent because you have the knowledge, you have the ability to process the gathered knowledge or gathered information. Even you have the ability to take the decision. That means we are the human being, we have the knowledge, we have the capability of reasoning, means processing of the knowledge to get the valid conclusion. Even we have the knowledge, we have the intelligence, or we have the ability to process the gathered information. As we have knowledge, intelligence, and reasoning powers, and that is why human beings are more intelligent. Now you see here this picture. Is machine intelligent? Yes, machine is not intelligent. We know that machine doesn't have intelligence. So machine will jump. If somebody will ask, or if we give the command to the machine that you jump into the dig, then definitely machine will not decide, machine will not interpret. Directly machine will jump and it will be broken. So machine will jump because it doesn't have the knowledge, doesn't have the intelligence, and does not have the ability, reasoning ability, as it is not intelligent. So that is why, but that is not our goal in this area. So our goal is to make the machine intelligent. How human being interprets, receives the information or receives the knowledge. Based upon the knowledge, human being have the capability to interpret, to take the right decision. Same thing we want inside the machine also. That is why the right information we have to incorporate inside the machine, so that machine can take the right decision at the right time. Now you can see this picture. This picture is nothing but the picture of Sophia, which is nothing but the humanoid robot. I hope you might have known. So what is how it looks like? So it is intelligent. This humanoid robot is intelligent because it looks like a human body, and it has the capability to communicate to the human being. So here one of the important thing is knowledge representation and reasoning. So knowledge representation and reasoning. What is the meaning of this knowledge representation and reasoning? Knowledge representation means representation of the knowledge inside the knowledge base for the intelligent agent, and reasoning means interpretation of that existing knowledge so that it can take the valid conclusion. So that is why combined it is called as knowledge representation and reasoning. So for this purpose we have to include three things. One is the knowledge, second one is the intelligence, and third one is the reasoning. So we have to induce the right knowledge inside the machine so that it can process it to take the right decision. As we know, if we suppose we will write the correct program, definitely it will give the correct output. The same thing, if we give the right information to the machine, even machine can take the right decision also. Suppose we will not teach perfectly to the students may do the mistake. So that is why we have to induce the right knowledge in the machine so that it can take the right decision at the right time. So this is what I have just now discussed. These are the three important factors to make the machine intelligent. So one is the knowledge, second one is the reasoning, and third one is intelligence. So knowledge is nothing but the information which is related to the environment and is stored inside the machine. Reasoning is the ability of the machine to understand the stored knowledge, and intelligence, the ability of the machine to make decisions on the basis of the stored information. Again, there are two important issues. This knowledge representation is an important issue in both the cognitive science and artificial intelligence. I hope you might have known what is cognitive science. So in cognitive science, it is concerned with the way the people store and process the information. Basically, cognitive science is related to the study of human brain and how the human brain perceive, process, and interpret as well as produce the output. That study is called as cognitive science. But in artificial intelligence, the main focus is to store the knowledge so that programs can process it and achieve the human intelligence. So that is the difference between cognitive science and artificial intelligence. Now, why the knowledge is required? So for the purpose of solving complex problems in artificial intelligence, we need a large amount of knowledge and some inference mechanism for the manipulation of that knowledge to create the solution to the new problems. So there are a variety of ways of representing the knowledge in the form of facts or in the form of rules or in the form of procedures have been exploited in AI programs. And there are two kinds of entities. In all variety of knowledge representation, normally we deal with two kinds of entities. One is the fact, another one is the representation of fact in some chosen formalism. That means what fact? As we know that anything which is true, the truth in some relevant words. So these things we want to represent. Like here I have given one example: sky is blue. Sky is blue, or the sun rises in the east, or a crow has two legs. These are facts. Nobody is going to change. So how to perceive or how to receive or how to extract the knowledge of facts and how to represent after acquiring the knowledge of facts and how to represent the facts using some mechanism or formalism. So these are the things we will actually be able to manipulate. Now you can see the example sky blue. This is the representation using proposition logic. As we already know, the knowledge can be represented using predicate logic or proposition logic also. Here there is no quantifiers because this is a fact. Sky is blue. So this is the way of representation using proposition logic. Sun rises in the east. So we can write the same way we can write in the form of proposition logic. So these are the two kinds of entities. Every knowledge representation technique, it deals with one is fact and the representation of the facts. Here I am saying it not only it is the fact, it may be the axioms, it may be the rules, or it may be the procedures, or it may be the declarative sentences. Everything should be represented in the form of any particular mechanism. It may be the proposition logic, or it may be the predicate logic, or it may be the semantic networks, or it may be using frames or using ontologies. So these are the two things are very important for knowledge representation. Now, structuring of these two entities, as I have discussed, the facts and the representation of facts, how it can be done. These two things can be done in two levels. One is at the knowledge level, another one is the second symbol level. Knowledge level means all the facts are described in the form of declarative sentence or in the form of normal English sentence. But as per the symbolic level, where we have to represent all the facts or the knowledge or the procedures using some symbols. Symbols means, as we know, for example, here I have mentioned using proposition logic and predicate logic. So in proposition logic, so many symbols we used to use, like the conjunction and the disjunction and the implication, double implication, negation. So all these symbols we used to use. Okay. Sorry, I told this one. Let me tell you once again. One is the conjunction. This one is the disjunction, implication, double implication, negation. These are the symbols we used to use in proposition logic. Along with all these symbols, two more symbols we used to use in predicate logic. That is nothing but the for symbol. Another one is there exist. Therefore, all it is used for each, for everything, and there exist means for at least one. So these are the symbols. Normally we used to use these symbols to represent the facts or the procedures or the rules or axioms in the knowledge base. Now, during the representation of the knowledge using this proposition logic or predicate logic, or you think about any knowledge representation technique, what exactly we used to represent. So these are the things we used to represent. Following are the kind of knowledge which needs to be represented in AI systems. The first one is the object, all the facts about the objects in our real world domain. So objects in anything we consider in this world are considered as the object. Like guitars contain strings, trumpets are the brass instruments. So guitars and trumpets, brass instruments, these are the objects. Second one is the event. Event are nothing but the actions. Okay, so events are nothing but the actions which occur in our world. So that should be represented, as well as the performance. Performance is nothing but the behavior. So it describes the behavior which involves the knowledge about how to do things, as well as the meta knowledge also. Meta knowledge means the knowledge about knowledge. It is the knowledge about what we know. So we want to explore our existing knowledge. That is called as the meta knowledge. So as well as apart from these four, two more are there. Another one is the fact, which are truth about the real world and what we represent. After all, after knowing all this, the representation of object, events, performance, meta knowledge, facts, the final thing is the knowledge base, which is the main important component of the knowledge representation. This is the central component of the knowledge based agent, which is nothing in the knowledge base. It is represented as KB. In shortcut, we can say it is KB. The knowledge base, it is a group of sentences, but here the sentences are used as a technical term, but it is not identical like your English language. Whenever we say declarative sentences, that is in the form of English, but inside the knowledge we cannot store the knowledge in the form of normal English statement. So that is why it is not identical to our English terms. It is related to some technical terms based upon the representation techniques. So these are the things we have to represent inside the knowledge base. Once again, let me repeat: the object, which are nothing but the facts about the object, any entity. Events are nothing but the actions. Performance are nothing but the behavior. Meta knowledge is nothing but the knowledge about knowledge. Facts are the real truth. And knowledge base, which is the central component where all the things will be stored in the form of different techniques. Now let me discuss about the knowledge representation system properties. Any knowledge representation system should have these four properties. One is the learning, efficiency in acquisition, representational adequacy, and the last one is inferential adequacy. These are the capability of, it should be the capability of any knowledge representation system. So what is the meaning of learning? Learning refers to the capability that acquires new knowledge, behaviors, and understanding. As we learn, if we compare with ourselves, we have the capability to learn by ourselves. When we were kid, somebody used to teach us, but after certain time, when our mind gets matured, we can learn by ourselves. So that capability is called as the self-learning. So every knowledge-based system or knowledge system should have the capability to learn by itself, means the new knowledge, new behavior, understanding from the environment. It does not simply involve the adding of new facts to the knowledge base, but new information may have to be classified to avoid the redundancy and replication in the existing knowledge. The meaning is, every knowledge base system should have the capability, not only it will add the facts to the knowledge base, but it should have the capability for the classification of the knowledge, to avoid the replication or to avoid the duplicacy of data in the existing knowledge. So there are a number of ways in which the knowledge may be gained. Actually, knowledge can be gained through reasoning and logic. Knowledge can be gained by experience. Knowledge can be gained by observing the world, and by mathematical proofs, and by scientific methods. So these are the ways the knowledge can be gathered. And every knowledge, whatever the gathered, every knowledge-based system should have the capability of self-learning, self-updation. That is why the first property is called as learning. Second property is efficiency in acquisition. Acquiring of the knowledge, the capability of acquiring the new knowledge using automatic method. So that is one ability. So it refers to the ability to acquire the new knowledge using automatic method whenever possible, rather than relying on the human intervention. So automatic acquiring of new knowledge, it is one of the important property for every knowledge-based system. Third property is representational adequacy, which refers to the ability to represent the required knowledge, even like acquiring the knowledge, representational adequacy, that That means that the knowledge based system should have the capability or should have the ability to represent the knowledge, that to required knowledge which is necessary for a particular task in using some different techniques. And the last one is inferential adequacy, which refers to the ability of manipulating the knowledge to produce new knowledge from the existing one. This is very important. After this first one, after the learning, and after learning, then acquisition, then representation, and third one is deriving some conclusion from the existing knowledge, which is nothing but the inferential adequacy. So every knowledge based system should have the ability of manipulating the knowledge to produce new knowledge from the existing one. So that is why these four properties should have for any knowledge based system. I hope you might have enjoyed my video. These are the references I have followed for the preparation of this video, especially the Saros Kosek book and few YouTube channels and a few websites. And next class, I will discuss about different types of knowledge and a few more things. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.